Let's kick off, set it off, go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs to win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all, loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start, Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats, Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby. Tell them where you from. 813 going crazy. Yeah. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. Now when I say the loose cannons, what? Do you know what I mean? I'm talking Bobby Latte, Stank Bastard, and Samurai Lee. You ain't never seen no hurt before, no podcast like this. These boys are entertaining.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is March 10th, 2025, and you are watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I am your host, the Samurai Ali, hanging out with my very pale intern, sometimes brother, sometimes guy I can't fucking stand, but it is a joyous, momentous occasion because it is free agency. It's the first day, but Stank Bastard, welcome to the show. And of course, free agency. And Stank Bastard, welcome to the show. And of course, we're hanging out with the intern, Izzy. Izzy's got an interesting new look before we dive into everything that we're going to be talking about tonight. Yep. Izzy, you want to explain what you, like? Why do you look like Puss in Boots right now? What happened here?
Long story short, I decided to tap into my roots of being a mariachi band singer / player, and that was my thing. I was like, I can't escape it. I have to do it. I am playing in
what's the Nacho Libre thing? Stank, what do you think of this guy's new look? It's a little odd.
It looks like he can honestly fence your fucking face off, right? I feel like he could just pull a sword out at any time and do some work.
But
you know what?
Given the eye situation,
how do you think?
Not? Why not?
Why do you think his eyes are like that, bro? Sword accident. There you go. There you go, Izzy.
Yeah.
I gave you a news story, bro. Keep the stash, and when you're at the bar, you know, and the honey comes up and she looks at you in the eye, and then she looks at you in the other eye, and be like,
actually, there's two honeys, one in each eye, and they're like, "What do you do for a living?" And he looks at both of them, and says, "Well, I'm actually the fifth musketeer, believe it or not."
Actually, so funny enough,
that's
Loose
a musketeer
Vixen,
look.
She's on. So Loose Cannon's Vixen, she's on right now. She just said, "I look like I'm part of the Three Musketeers."
But you're not the third or the fourth. You're at least the fifth or the sixth. Like you're that depth position guy.
I'm the fifth wheel. I'm the fifth wheel that like somehow got into the mix of everything.
You're the special teams of the Musketeers.
I was about to say. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You just read my mind.
Wait. So the special team. So like, am I like kicker of the Musketeers?
No.
You're not that good.
Special.
You're not that good.
Just special. Yeah.
You're like the four-string linebacker that they just signed last week because they had an extra roster position that's going to be cut instantly. That's that guy.
Damn. That's horrifying.
Plus is in the chat, says, "Go Bucs, solid moves made today." Let's talk about those solid moves. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. If you guys remember last time I was on here, I bullied one Lavonte David into coming back and proving me wrong because he didn't want to. He thought his career was good. He'd done enough. He'd solidified himself. He was a Ring of Honor member, maybe pushing for the Hall of Fame. And I said, you know what, Lavonte? I don't think so. I think you need to do a little bit more. And I said, I don't think you've proven any of the haters wrong. I think you need to do more. You need to continue to come out here and maybe, you know, I still got a little bit of doubt. And what happened? I bullied him into a contract. And before free agency even opened or the tampering period even opened, Lavonte David returns to the Bucs. It's the first one that they announced. 1-year contract, $10 million, $9 million of that guaranteed. Amazing move. Great for the cap. Brings back Lavonte. Dude's a legend. Does everything he's supposed to do. Does it all right. Captain, I think, 11 straight seasons by his teammates. That's a vote. And Stank, Lavonte David back as a Buccaneer, a lifer, by the way, like Mike Evans. and Derek Brooks and a couple other guys. But Lavonte David back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great first move. Great first move before free agency even hit.
But no thanks to you, honestly.
Right? I made it happen.
I was on Twitter all day. I didn't see one congratulations, one excited Lavante's back tweet from you. I mean,
did we win a game? Did we win a game today? I'm sorry. No. Did we get rings today?
We did. We won a game. We won the first day of the offseason. This was a big win for us. Okay. I mean, just Greenberg, Jason doing what they do. Everybody was just fucking bubble guts and fearful and had diarrhea running back and forth to the toilet. Oh my God, Chris Godwin's going to get $35 million. Oh my God. Listen, bro, nobody tells Jason Light no. Okay. Nobody tells Greenberg no. Greenberg's the one who tells other people no. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Okay. Lavante's fucking back. Of course he is. He's the captain. He's that lion, with the fucking scars on his face, who was here when there was some fucking dog shit Buccaneer teams. He's been here through the worst of it, and he's back. He's back. It feels good, bro. It's like daddy's still here. Daddy's home. And I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
All right. So the next move that actually gets announced is, I believe, Bredeson. Ben Bredeson. All right. Big part of the deal of let's keep the offensive line together. A lot of teams, they got that fluctuation of those front five. The teams that usually have the most success are the ones that have the most consistency with those five guys. They keep them together. They get to gel. They get to work together and play long-term. That's the guys that have the real long-term success, especially on the offensive line in terms of blocking for the running backs, which we did really well last year. So Ben Bredeson back, keeps that unit solidified, Stank. A great running team last year, which was awesome to see considering how bad we were for like fucking 4 straight years. Ben Bredeson signs a 3-year deal, okay? $22 million, $12.5 million guaranteed. Guy's found stability for the first time in his career, in my opinion. He's part of an offense that is going to continue where they left off. This was a massive piece because everyone was afraid, what's going to happen? We've got to bring in another guy. Or is Klein ready to play? Yada, yada. No, it doesn't matter. All 5 guys ready to roll right out the gate. Hell fucking yeah. I love this signing last year, and he proved it. And what have they done every single time, Stank? When they sign a prove-it deal and you prove it, what does Jason Light and the boys and the girls up front do? What do? They fucking reward you. They bring you back. They thank you. They give you a badass fucking jet. They give you a check. They do the whole thing. The bag is amazing to see him. Ben Bredeson back as a Buck.
Yeah, the first thing I saw after signing, Luke Easterling tweeted, this is culture right here, man. Right? This is why we continue to have sustained success, because they do right by their guys, man. You don't hear guys calling, trying to, strong arm the team and starting to hold out and all that kind of shit. We take care of our own here. And I think that internally, because all the players talk, they know we treat our guys good here. This is a good signing. I had a little inside information, because Latte fades this dude up all the time, and that guy wasn't going anywhere. He told me that Ben said he's never looked so good in his life, and we take credit for that. Our brothers out there making that stupid white guy look good, right?
Wow.
All the players that he cuts, they got either pregnant, they got beautiful wives, they're getting married. We're part of that. Latte's a part of that. So I am glad he's back. Now, do I think that he's the answer long term? Absolutely not. Do I think that they'll continue to add guys like Klein to add competition to the room at guard? Now we need a swing guy that can play some, center that we lost Hainsey. Of course, you're always trying to replace guys, right? And so they'll continue to add guys, and maybe somebody falls to them in the draft they didn't expect, and then you've got a camp battle. So I like it.
Continuity. I'm willing to bet they're going to have a Jason Light offensive lineman from a no-name school special kind of guy coming at some point during this draft. A guy that they're going to bring in. Because like you said, Bob Hennessy, huge fan of Bob Hennessy. Okay, this is a Bob Hennessy podcast. Dude is awesome. Hell yeah, congratulations. He's a Jaguar starting center, it looks like. Hell yeah, congratulations. Good luck, Bob Hennessy. Love that guy. But with him gone, you lose added depth across multiple positions, honestly. He's backup center, but he could play a couple spots if absolutely needed. So they're going to need somebody that's going to step in and do that. And Ben is not that long-term goal, but I think he's still going to be good enough for at least a year, 2 years. And then you got kind of a backup, plan at least in place. And that just gives Klein another year to kind of figure it out, get in shape, learn everything he's got to learn. And then now you're not forcing him out on the field before he's ready, which is a major part of all these other teams that are always consistently competing. is that they're not forcing young players on the field before they're ready because they have, these veterans in place. They have the younger guys playing when they're supposed to be playing. That's a huge part of what the Bucs have been doing. We haven't had this development, in the Mike Smith days and the Dirk Cutter days and the Lovie Smith days. We didn't have this development. Now we got a program that's developing guys, bringing in, key pieces like a Robert Ory type of signing outside here and there, getting guys like Ben Bredeson was a free agent signing last year that no one gave a fuck about. Dude starts for us the entire year, is ridiculous in terms of pass pro, does a pretty good job in the run offense as well. So like he worked out. What a great signing. And he comes back, get him another again for 3 years, second time around. Awesome. And yes, Stank, it's 100%. This is a culture type of thing. And that just kind of leads into the next one. Okay, the next one. Talk about culture. Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is a Buccaneer yet again. He's back. 3-year contract, $66 million, $45 million of that guaranteed. And everybody was afraid. Everybody was scared. Everybody was shitting in their pants. Okay, running around like crazy people, ready to jump off the fucking skyway. Chris Godwin's going to be a Jaguar. Chris Godwin's going to be a Patriot. Why the fuck would he go to those trash-ass cities? Okay, one, why would he go to those dumpster fire programs at this point? And like go play for a team for literally nothing but money. Yes, money does work. Okay, cream. Okay, cash rules everything around me. Absolutely a thing. But at some point, you got to look at it and say, oh, they left $20 million on the, I don't think they were ever going to pay him what that report was. That's his agent doing his job, Stank. But at the end of the day, we get him back. He's a Buck. It seems like at least another 3 years. Maybe he retires a Buck. Who knows? But he's back. He continues again the offense the way it was. And it just speaks to the culture. He wanted to come here for less money. Stay with Baker. Stay with Mike. Stay with the offense. Stay with Grizz. Do the whole thing all over again. Run it back. And know that, I could go to those places and get more money, and I'm never going to compete for a championship. I'm going to compete for a championship here. I'm going to be happy. How much money do I actually need? And you know what? He might still have another payday in his future. It's a great deal, man. It's a great deal. And again, Jason and the boys cooked on this one. This was amazing. 3 years, $66 million for this guy. Unreal. It was awesome.
He didn't want to go anywhere, man. And they can throw all those numbers out. Oh, he turned down $20 million extra in New England. Okay. Talk
state income tax.
Yeah, okay. But still, doesn't matter. They got the deal done. Both sides wanted. He extended it so they could figure this shit out. It was good for him to probably squeeze a couple extra million out of the team, and good for him, man. We're big Chris Godwin podcast. This fan base loves the guy. He's what you want. The entire staff has said it. This was a no-brainer, and ultimately, I think everybody's back, Sammer. The whole team, the whole offense, I should say, is back. Right? We're not going to be missing anybody. We got our starting center, our starting offensive line, starting receivers. Everything's the same. I can't remember a season where that's been the case. Like we return everybody. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
We kind of did it in 2021.
I guess,
on both sides of the ball.
Brady's second year. You're right.
But not a lot of things were really going to go missing on the offensive side of the ball. We kind of have all these guys in place. We drafted every single one of these offensive linemen on this starting unit right now, other than Bredeson, which is pretty insane to say. You have an almost entire starting offensive line completely constructed from the draft. Guys who are looks like they're Hall of Fame trajectory on one of them. One guy looks like he's going to be a Pro Bowler all the time. Now right next to him in Graham Barton. Okay, you got Cody Mock who's figured it out. You got Luke Gedicke, who's ridiculously underrated, and he's probably going to get an extension before this offseason's over. Yep. I mean, to think of how they've been able to do that, and now you get to keep it together, keep it rolling. You got your quarterback. It looks like you got your franchise quarterback figured out, okay? You got his backup in Trask gone, probably coming back because he knows, why would I go anywhere else? I'm going to get an awesome chance to never play, and I get a ring out of it. So it's a win-win. Plus, he's from Florida. It's a great win game. But, yeah, I agree with you. There's nothing really missing now in offense is go get some depth pieces and continue what you've been doing. You bring everybody back. You bring Grizz as the offensive coordinator who's already been here. So now all of a sudden it's all just continuity, just rolling right over and maybe get better. So, which is crazy to say considering how awesome they were, even with the injuries they had to overcome on that side of the ball. Yep. But speaking of the other side of the ball now, let's move over to the other side. That side, I'm glad a lot of those guys aren't coming back. The defensive side of things, they needed to kind of figure some things out. And it started with edge rusher Stank. A lot of those edge guys we wanted started vanishing. Myles Garrett gets a massive deal. Khalil Mack going back to the Chargers. A couple other dudes I don't give a fuck about. But there's one guy still kind of floating out there. We never really thought about him. We talked about him all last season when he was giving the Jets hell about his contract after he'd been traded from the Philadelphia Eagles. Now it'd be Haason Reddick, who signs for a Shaq Barrett type of deal. Prove it, boy. Come on down here. Prove it. Prove it, Haason. 1 year contract, $14 million, $12 million guaranteed for a guy who had 50 sacks in 4 seasons at one point. He had a pretty bad year last year, coming in probably out of shape. He had the little holdout deal with the contract with the Jets. It just wasn't an optimal situation for him. He had a down year, but you know what? He gets to come in here, fresh slate, prove it to us. Another prove it deal by Jason Light and the guys. And you know what? This guy can play ball. He's not that old. He's not going to, it costs us a ton of money. He comes in, he's immediately the starter outside of, on the opposite side of Yaya Diaby. And I think he's going to have a hell of a fucking year. And you know what? Chip on the shoulder, motivated guy. Everyone's talking shit about him. It just fits every checkbox that Jason Light likes. We saw this happen with Shaq Barrett. I have a feeling we're going to get another Shaq Barrett out of this deal, man. I'm excited about Haason Reddick. I wanted him last year.
Love this deal. It's a prove it deal. This guy's motivated. Everything went wrong for the Jets last year. That whole locker room, the culture was disgusting. Nobody wanted to be there. Just a dreadful season, dreadful organization. Who, now he gets to come down to sunny Tampa, Florida, right? And he knows what we can do. We knocked him out of the playoffs the year before, did we not? Like he knows what this team's. Yeah, we know he knows what this team's about, and he's going to walk into a locker room that just feels great, right? So I love the fucking deal a lot. I mean, I'm shocked, honestly. I'm shocked that they were able to get the guy on a 1-year deal. If they would have signed him to 3 to 4 years, I probably would have felt a little less excited about it, just because you don't know where his head is at. Well, now you do. Now you do. Because this, guys like that don't sign 1-year deals just to grab another, bag and get out of the league. This guy wants to prove it, and he saw what we did with Baker. Like we're that team. You come in here, you earn your stripes, you're going to get paid. And if he blows up, there's not a lot of competition there. We're still going to add pieces there as well. Oh, yeah. Don't be surprised if we draft a pass rushing, linebacker, defensive end, anyways. So I love it. I love it. We brought a big red dick to Tampa, right? Nobody? Reddick?
What?
Red dick?
Listen.
No, red dick. Oh, wow.
I get it.
Okay.
So here's the thing about this signing. Last year, he was kind of linked to the Bucs in a trade scenario from the Jets to the Bucs. But if that would have happened, they had to pay him big money. He was coming out, a decent year with the Eagles, the whole thing. It was just not right. And that tells you the Bucs are like, let's play the long game. Let's see if this guy becomes available. Let's go get him. And now what I like the most about him is, listen, he doesn't have to be the guy. Because you got Cansey and you got Vita Vea, okay? All you got to do is do your job on the outside, basically. And Yaya's going to learn from him. But this guy can now really take some of that pressure off of Cansey and Vea. But also, he can actually clean it up now. So when these guys are flushing these guys out, he can win. And he can win consistently. He's got a ridiculous, he's just a very athletic guy. Does his job well. And again, like I love these guys that come in having to basically chip on the shoulder, prove it. And this is a clear prove it deal. And he's going to come out there. I think he's going to have a great fucking year. It's awesome to see it, man. And now the Bucs, again, doing what they like to do. They're going to draft an edge rusher. This is not their long-term answer for the most part. He's 31 years old. Doesn't mean he's not going to have 3 good years left in him. But they like to double down. But this, provides the Bucs the opportunity to not be pigeonholed at that first pick. Now you can take best player available, depending on what else they do here in the next couple of days, almost across the board, which is perfect because now you don't have to force a pick. Now you could take an inside linebacker, or you could trade down and get a couple extra picks. Now you don't have to take, an edge rusher no matter what because you have no choice. So they didn't sign any cornerbacks today. They didn't release Jamel Dean, which tells you, if you look at some of these other deals they had, by the way, why it made sense to hold on to him, because now you have you still have trade options with him. You can still keep him and make him a depth piece. They obviously are going to bring other corners in, but I think it makes sense what they did keeping him in terms of Jamel Dean. But this is, dude, awesome day, Stank. And you know what? I brought my shades because it's a victory. It's a victory Monday because of what we just did today.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat earlier. I don't have my shades.
Somebody's. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go.
So you're just gonna have to pretend that these are tinted. We're going to sign corners. We're going to sign some inside linebackers. There's going to be competition there. I think this is just like we talked about it. They're going to double up. They're going to double up through free agency and the draft. They're going to throw bodies at these positions and see who wants to play. It's the smart thing to do. It's the formula here. It's worked before. But this is just the first day. I mean, free agency technically doesn't start until Wednesday, so there are going to be other signings. We could have another big name or two at some point. Now that you see like all the tier 1 guys get chomped up today, there's still a whole nother tier, in the next 2 days that are gonna end up on other teams, potentially other trades as well. So you just don't. It's not over yet.
There's still a tier 1 guy in Trey Hendrickson. A lot of these guys are kind of floating between getting traded, getting a new deal. They got their deal, or they were traded. Well, Trey's just kind of chilling in the middle of nowhere in this little limbo world that he's got between him and the Bengals.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate going out there with a 3rd-round pick and maybe Jamel Dean, or a 3rd-round pick in next year's 4th or 5th or something like that, and go get Trey Hendrickson. I mean, what are we talking about here now? That's a totally
that would be ideal.
Will it happen?
His price just went down. The fact that it didn't happen today, Hendrickson
went down.
I feel like it didn't happen today. The price went down because teams are not willing to fork over the asking price, and it's going to be contingent on him signing a new deal.
That's the
all
bigger
those things. All those things have to happen in order for the trade to work. And if it doesn't all fit, and clearly there's interested parties, why wouldn't there be? Somewhere along the line, the price isn't working. Now, it could happen tonight. It could happen right now while we're on the show. You don't know, but the fact that it hasn't, I'm sure we're a player in it. We have to be, even if it's just to play it out to see who else is involved. Like, they've got to play it, to see if maybe it's something that they can make work here, even with signing Haason.
If the Bucs had 2 more picks in this draft, I would be willing to bet that they would make the move. But the fact that they are limited on picks, I just don't see them doing it because I think they can still add through the draft with this Haason Reddick signing, to where now you've got a really good rotation. You also still have Chris Braswell, who's now going to get more playing time. He's going to get rotated. He's going to learn from Haason. He's going to learn from Yaya. He's probably put on a little bit more weight, a little bit more muscle in this offseason by the time I see him again. So now you've got, essentially a 4-headed monster at some point when they get to the draft. Maybe they get the kid out of Boston College. Maybe they get, Jalen Walker like we did with our mock draft. Now all of a sudden you got 4 guys, and you don't have to force one of them to play sooner than he's supposed to play. Chris Braswell can now kind of pick and choose the spots when Todd uses him, and can now fit him into, exotic looks and pass rush situations where his inability to stop the run isn't so magnified on a down in, down out basis. Now all of a sudden you got a rookie coming in the same mix, doing the same thing, learning from Haason Reddick, who, as Ples mentioned in the chat as well, guy wins one-on-ones, and that's the biggest thing. If you get your outside guys to win one-on-ones, and you got guys like Cansey and Vita inside being absolute monsters and game wreckers, it's a different ball game. We didn't have guys doing that on the outside. A thing to note too, he played in Arizona with Larry Foote. And so he is familiar with this coaching staff. I believe he's familiar with the scheme. I think Todd's going to have a lot of fun.
In New York, did he not?
No, he didn't play with Todd Bowles in New York. He played with Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians.
Arians was head coach in Arizona.
But Larry Foote was his outside linebackers coach there. And Larry Foote was just recently re-added to the Bucs coaching staff as the outside linebackers coach and run game coordinator. So he's coming back to familiarity. He's going to be able to play in a scheme that I think is really going to emphasize what he does well. And you've seen guys like this come into Todd's scheme, and it makes it work. I mean, JPP was apparently washed. Shaq Barrett was a guy that nobody cared about or knew about. We've seen these guys come in. Sue even doesn't play end. He just figures out ways to use these guys and get a little bit more out of them and put them in position to really make plays. And like I said, Vita and Cansey are such a cheat code for an edge rusher. You could bring in a Von Miller and he would still be effective because of those guys. I'm not saying go get Von Miller, obviously, but I also do think he has some left in the tank, but not as a starter. More like mop-up duty, spot duty. You think he's still effective. Guys can still do that. But with the 4 that we got today, Stank, pretty damn happy with the day, man. Pretty damn happy.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off of us having to make a desperate move and force us into, overpaying for a guy or having to take an edge rusher at that position. So it's big all the way around. And, we don't know what he's going to be this year, but man, it makes his job a lot easier having those guys. He joined a defensive line that already has a shit ton of talent. There's not really many interior lines that have anything like what we bring. So like I said, it's a big deal. Now they got to add additional depth pieces on the defensive line, especially on the interior. Continue to add some options at pass rush. listen, somebody said you don't pay $14 million for to Reddick if he's not starting. I don't know if you've watched this defense recently, but this is a rotational defense.
Yeah.
All these guys are going to get lots of reps. And so he's going to get his. Braswell is going to likely be pushed to get some more reps as well. Yaya hopefully stays healthy and has a full season because he really came on hot towards the end of the season. So for those who are like, oh, we have no talent there. No, Yaya is a real talent. He's a young guy. Takes some time for these guys to develop different moves. And now they've got a coaching change, there as well. So their emphasis that it was when at the scouting combine, when the first thing that Todd Bowles says is we got to be able to get pressure before. That's the emphasis right now. He knows that all this exotic shit. Yes, we had, we were in the top 10 in sacks, but all that came at a cost. You sell out your linebackers, you sell out your secondary when you're bringing pieces and having guys rotate constantly to make up for this. Offenses are too good. And if you don't get there right away, you're leaving guys wide open, which we see all the time with corners and secondary pieces that honestly haven't been worth a fucking shit. Lots of injuries. And so they know how to fix this, man. Like these guys know what the fuck they're doing. Now it's just a matter of adding the pieces back into this stew to get the recipe right. Todd Bowles knows how to coach defense. Now he just needs the ingredients to do it.
The other thing too, Stink, it's not exotic if you're doing it every damn down. It's no longer exotic.
It's just what you are.
Yeah. Now the offense is just let's just always prepare for 5 or 6 and just because they have no choice. When you can get after it without having to do that, that's when the exotics really matter because now they don't know when you're going to dial it up. And now they've got to think about it. Now they've got to slow down an extra second. Then all of a sudden it's effective.
Remember, we have a Super Bowl trophy for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. The Dungy defense was 4-man rushing, cover 2. We made offenses' lives hell because we could get pressure before all the time. Donnie said, how many times was he on here? And he
sung the praises. We don't have a phenomenal secondary. No offense.
No, we didn't have fucking Darrell Revis.
No, Deion Sanders on that team. No offense to Rondé. I love Rondé, one of my favorite players of all time. But let's be honest, like he definitely benefited from having a 4-man rush that consistently got there faster than anyone else in the league. I mean, these guys were dominant. Even before Simeon Rice got there, they were dominant. And so, yeah, and then we also have a Super Bowl trophy with the complete opposite look of that. But in the Super Bowl and in the games that mattered, we didn't have to blitz. We got after it with JPP, with Shaq Barrett, with Sue, with Vita Vea. The front 4 guys essentially made that Super Bowl what it was, and they created havoc. It was awesome. So again, you kind of did it both ways, but also just kind of the same way. But yeah, they had to make this move. But listen, a lot of teams they go out, they make these giant free agency splash signings. The Bucs have been that team sometimes.
I was gonna say we've been that. We know what that is.
It doesn't work. It never works. Yeah. The teams that figure it out and understand you got to build through the draft, and you got to sign little guys here and there. You got to find your Robert Ory's. You got to find your AC Greens. You got to find your Horace Grants towards the end of their careers, as a Laker fan. Like, that's how you build a team. You get these guys, you kind of find, like, Ben Bredeson is a great example. This guy's, I think, day 2, day 3 free agency guy. Look at him. Starter, quality, did his job. Now he's back for 3 years. Like, that's how you build it. So the Bucs guys say, you know what? There's no point in going out there and grabbing this giant splash guy like Josh Sweat, for instance. No way in hell that's going to work out. No offense, it just does not happen. So you stay away from that. You get Haason Reddick. That's the way to go. You could draft a couple of guys tomorrow and the day after. We're going to see them find some guys. We're going to see them find a linebacker, find a corner, maybe a safety that no one's really thought about. And all of a sudden now you got some depth pieces. You don't got to have your hand forced in the secondary in terms of the draft. Now you can go out there and pick out the guys that you really want to pick out in the draft, not have your hand forced. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome, dude. They're going to do what they've done on the offensive side now. They're going to flip it, do it to the defensive side. They've done it for the last couple of years on offense mostly. Now they're going to flip and do it on the other side and get some pieces there for Todd. And I guarantee you this team will look much different.
Pieces and depth, especially on defense. We have dog shit depth at most positions. They have to add some blood, some young blood. Some veterans like Haason who's got some tread left on their tires. Because we're bottom of the barrel last year. I mean, like I said, we Ryan Neal. That's all I gotta say. We added Ryan Neal. I never wanted to see
bring him back.
Neal.
We had to bring him back.
Yeah, that was a crazy signing.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it to this day that we added that guy back to this team who's clearly done. You don't hear his name being bantered about, and you never will ever again.
Dude, they had to
quick.
imagine breaking up imagine breaking up with a girl. A whole year later, you got to go to a wedding. You find out last minute it's couples only. You got to bring a second, right? Then you got to go get that ex-girlfriend and force her to go to that wedding with you.
Ew.
It's in Hawaii, okay? So you got to be there within 5 days. Like, it's uncomfortable. You don't want to make the call, but you don't have a choice. You can't take a hooker because you never know what's going to happen, right? So you got to go get the ex-girlfriend.
You can.
It doesn't work out. There's lots of rom-coms about this, I'm assuming, but just saying.
Are you speaking from experience, Emmer?
What do you have to say there, Izzy? What do you got, Fifth Musketeer?
Okay, 2 things. First and foremost, like and subscribe, people. Please, like and subscribe. And also, I see no super chats have come up tonight, man. What's going on? No, you don't like us? You don't want to donate your money? That's fine. But anyways,
those who don't know, Izzy doesn't have a job in real life, right? He does this voluntarily. But we are like, you know what, Izzy? We'll give you whatever super chats you beg for. So kind of like a GoFundMe or whatever people do. If you guys want to give Izzy some fun so he can get some, I don't know, some of that mustache cream, some I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you could buy some of those like fake eyebrows and just kind of piece that all back together there.
Oh Lord, you know what? I never thought about that.
Izzy, do you have any substance to add to the show here today? Or what?
Actually, yes, I do. So speaking about all these picks, it just goes to show the aggressiveness that Jason Light is putting out there. Normally, with every move that we've seen thus far, it shows like he's trying to push his chips on the table. He wants to like make a run. Like had he just waited off and let Haason Reddick go somewhere else, and then maybe waited a day or two and picked up some B tier guy, we probably would have been in the same hole as what we were last season, and we would have had JTS probably coming back on a 1-year tender to see if he could probably prove that
which still might happen, by the way. Still might happen.
Still could happen. If he finds out that the market, if he finds out the market doesn't want him, it's not out of the question to bring him back and make him a rotational depth piece who comes in. At least you know what you're going to get from him if somebody goes down. Anthony Nelson, a name we didn't talk about, somebody I believe mentioned in the chat. I'd like to see that guy come
Nelly's
back.
Been popping the charts.
I don't think a lot of teams really watch and see enough of him to really care. To bring him back would be awesome. Guy does his job. I love bringing back guys that just do their job, put their head down, lunch pail guys like we talked about last week. Bring that dude back, 100%.
I think they both come back here or they end up in Detroit. You know,
Detroit takes our sloppy seconds a lot. I noticed too.
Yeah, and plus their former coach just ended up, is over there now. So he knows what he potentially has. Who knows? But yeah, I think both.
And not only that, Carlton Davis. Everybody was talking about. Well, we can probably bring him back, and now he's in New England with a 3-year deal.
Carlton got paid. Good for Carlton.
Hey,
I have no ill will towards that guy. I love Carlton Davis. I wish him luck, and he just got paid way too much money. Way too much money.
You know, man, the other name that we talked about, and I've been saying it since like mid-October. I've been saying that guy Greenlaw for the 49ers, that linebacker, he's going to be a free agent. They're not going to bring him back. He's coming off that Achilles down year. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Dude's a stud. Dude's an absolute dog, and I don't think he's going to cost a lot of money. Day one has already passed. Guy hasn't been signed as far as I know. So unless he's been signed in the last 2 hours, I still believe he's a free agent. That's a guy that could still happen. Day 2, day 3 of free agency. You haven't gotten the right deal. Hey, check it out. Come on down here. We got Lavonte David. We have nobody else that knows what the fuck they're doing in the middle of this field. You come right in. You are top dog next to Lavonte.
So Dre Greenlaw actually signed with Denver.
Damn it. All right. There you go. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, that sucks. And Nolan Larkham in the chat says, thanks, sort of looks like a wise old turtle, respectfully. I'll take it.
Take your head off, Stink. Show them that you do look like a turtle.
An old wise turtle.
I gotta pay for that, bro. You gotta subscribe to my only feed in order to see thunder here.
All right. Well, Dre Greenlaw dream is gone. That's unfortunate. I think the guy from the Philadelphia Eagles also signed last night / this morning.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of the picture. I believe one of the guys that Pless talked about from
Travarius
the Jets,
Ward, he signed with Indianapolis.
Well, no, I'm talking about linebackers. Izzy.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Man. I kind of thought that I think they're trying to make some deal second day, 3, to get that Ben Bredeson of the secondary or linebacking core. I think they have no choice because if you go into the draft with that cupboard bare, you're almost forced to make picks that you don't want to make at spots you don't want to make them. or, hope for some good luck where you can slide down and still get a guy. Love Jihad Campbell, but I don't love him at 19. I'd rather slide down and get an inside linebacker with a more,
but you said it when we were doing the draft show the other day. 19's that position where we have some flexibility.
Correct.
You can go pick up a couple of extra day 2, day 3 picks, slide down a little bit, maybe still get Jihad, depending on how the draft is falling. They could slide towards the end of the first round and really bulk up on some picks. And now with these signings, you don't feel desperate. You don't have to reach for a JTS. You don't have to do that kind of shit because now you got a guy who's a proven commodity, who's hungry. And like I said, that's a big, big deal here. That's a big win. And we still could bring back Shaq Barrett. So those things could end up happening. Now the guy's maybe recommitted himself. Maybe you get something more out of him. Who knows?
So let me ask you guys this. Izzy, I don't actually want your answer though. Stank, what's the bigger signing of the day for the Bucs? Was it Chris Godwin coming back or going out there and getting an edge rusher the way they did for the deal that they got him and the caliber of guy they got when they go out and get Haason Reddick?
It's Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
Okay. It's closer than I want to admit in terms of, not to disrespect Chris Godwin, but that edge need is so massive. Like, you got to have that guy. And for them to be able to get that and Chris Godwin, if you get this guy, you can't keep Chris. If you keep Chris, you can't go get other guys. Okay, cool. Well, I heard about Myles Garrett apparently never being able to get paid by a team that's paying Deshaun Watson the money they're paying him. Dude just became the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So it's all funny money. It's nonsense. It's fugazi, all of it. Come on, like it's not real. If a team wants to keep you, they're gonna keep you. If they don't want you, they'll figure out ways to get you the fuck out. Like, it's just how it works. But man, those hell of a day, dude. Like, not splashy, but a hell of a day. And the biggest one, here's the thing, Stank. The biggest free agent name was who? Chris Godwin. That was the name everyone was talking about last night, leading into this morning. Biggest free agency, the name on the board. Everyone's talking about Chris Godwin. The Bucs signed the number 1 free agent available. What does that mean? The Bucs won. I mean, the Bucs nailed the top. Yeah, he's coming back. No, it's the best free agent of the class. We got him. I mean, so that's a fucking day, dude. That is a fucking day. And you got Haason Reddick on a cheap ass deal.
I'm sure Jason Light jumped in his pool. By the way, speaking of pool, Wayne Pool says, I like the coordination of the outfits tonight. Listen, Wayne, these aren't outfits. These are uniforms. Okay. You've been around us long enough to know how we do business here, right? Sammer wears the same thing every day, right or wrong.
Yep. Cartoon character. Now, I got him lined up. Yeah. Same exact pair of joggers. Right. Same exact shirts, all of it, the whole deal.
When I renegotiated my contract this offseason, which nobody will hear about, that was part of the stipulation. I have to wear the same exact outfit as Sammer on every one of these shows. So, or I get fined. So that's why. All right. It's the Loose Cannons uniform. And I didn't want to bring it up like this, but we kind of expect our listeners to be wearing the same thing while they watch the show. So you want to pause this and go change and come back and watch it. Sammer would appreciate it.
Loose Cannons Vixen is in the chat. She's a mod. She's also our new intern that you guys are going to meet, I think, later on this week. There's a person in the chat, goes by 10x1k. I don't know, I guess. He mentions that Devin Get Live White is still available. Go ahead and please mute him for 15 minutes because that man is not allowed to chat anymore. Because Devin White is never coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm sick of people tweeting at me.
That's Devin White.
Devin, are we talking about that guy?
Like, why are you guys tweeting at me at 1 a.m? I got a tweet from a guy, Devin White, bring him back to the Bucs. He has another chance. Yep. Dude, what? Why? What? How many times I got to tell you guys? He said some shit on the way out. He's never coming back. The front office doesn't want to see this motherfucker. Yeah. They couldn't wait to cut him. Okay, they
wanted him gone during the season. They wanted him gone.
He was out the door.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't mind bringing back Get Live. Why? What do you need him for?
Yeah, Jordan Whitehead was in a car accident and has vertebrae damage in his neck.
He's not coming back.
Right? He's also not coming back. Yeah, I don't think.
Whitehead's gone.
Actually, so here's the thing. It's not out of the question for him to be signed as a depth type of guy, but I don't think they're going to sign him and give him starter money and expect him to come in and be ready to start. They don't know if he's even able to play. So it's going to be one of those things they're going to sign him and, hey, you got to make the team. Because vertebrae thing ain't nothing to fuck with. We love Jordan Whitehead, by the way. So we're not talking shit about Jordan Whitehead. Love this guy. Won us the Super Bowl. Arguably changed the entire flow of that playoffs for us when he made that play against
we don't win a Green Bay without him.
Okay. So nothing but respect for him. And dude's got to go out there and dude, vertebrae, spine, brain, that shit ain't nothing to fuck with. get healthy, go make sure you can fucking live and play ball with your grandkids one day, dude. It ain't worth it. But if you're able to come back and you can make the team, hell yeah. We'll welcome you back with open arms. I don't think he played more than 1 or 2 games all last season where he was healthy. So, people want to shit on him and whatnot, but, that's the reality of the situation.
Sammer, B-Shuck's name just came up in the chat. What's up, B-Shuck? It reminded me, do you have prepared what I asked you to have prepared last night?
No, actually, I completely forgot.
You fucking suck.
We can still do it. We can still do it on Thursday.
It was going to be, we could still definitely do it because to me, bigger than the Chris Godwin signing, bigger than getting a pass rusher in here, bigger than bringing Ben Bredeson back. That was good right there. Somehow I got it out. I got it out. Something else happened with
Can we
team.
hold on, before you do this, can we change his last name? It doesn't make sense the way he does his last name.
Bredeson, I agree.
Yeah, like put an R in there. It's Bredeson. Like that's an offensive Bredeson, right? That's a.
You have a better name for Ben, in the chat. Put it out there, right?
Guts.
Maybe we can rename the guy.
Guts.
Ben Bredeson.
Guts. Glory. Bredeson. Like it's just. What is that? That's Ram Tough, dude. That's how. Need to change his name, man. Change his name. Tope Daddy, by the way, is Tom in Michigan. What's up, Tom in Michigan? See, listen, I'm shouting out all the people who are Loose Cannons members, by the way. I believe it's $2.99 a month, and you get cool emoji next to your little badge. You get to use all these cool fucking emojis and whatnot. And you get a discount code on our merch site, which is loosecannonsmerch.com, by the way.
Eric Moreno says Beardson. I like that. Beardson.
Speaking of beards and mustaches, Loose Cannons Vixen popping up again. I think we should get some super chats or memberships to help donate towards Izzy shaving his stash. Nope, the stash is staying. The stash will be staying.
That is not a stash. I don't know what that. It looks like.
Bro, that's a quality stash.
Nah, I don't know, man.
Thank you.
That's so much better than anything I could ever grow.
Look at the completely different angles of their they're operating on different playing fields. The two sides. They're not consistent, man. I don't like it. I got a guy. I'll send it out to you, Izzy.
Hey, I'll take all the help I can get.
Oh, we got.
Izzy
sorry to hear that, Eric.
Omega Lulu just joined the Loose Cannons membership. Look at that. That is awesome.
Omega
Welcome
Lulu.
aboard. My dad passed away 7 weeks ago. Rest in peace, Dad. Eric Moreno. Oh, hey, rest in peace, Eric's dad.
RP.
Eric's a good dude. We bumped into tons of events. Die-hard Bucs fan. Sorry to hear that, man.
7 weeks ago. You should have told us sooner, man.
Maybe he's been, not worried about Bucs football, which is fine.
Makes sense. Yeah. Dave OG said it's simply bread. Ben Bread. Big, bad Ben Bread. Also, facial hair game is on point. Amish folk be jealous. Is he talking about Stank or is he talking about...
Got to be talking about mine.
I think he's talking about me.
No, Stank's rocking that reverse mutton.
Actually, yeah, you know what Stank is? You know what Stank? We'll give it to you.
Kendall wants to know what safeties are left in free agency. I don't know. If you're asking this podcast that question,
that's the wrong, bro.
You are tuned into the wrong program.
Yeah, go watch Real Bucks Talk. I'm sure he just probably did a video on it.
We had a segment prepared about
don't fuck that. Sammer, introduce it, bro, because I'm fucking pissed. All right?
We don't have the images. We can't do it without the images.
It take you 2 seconds to pull the image up.
No, I don't have the images up. It takes time. No, we got to do all of them. We got to do all of them.
Listen, it's not going to hit right if people don't know what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta bring it all in. All right, yeah.
You can't roll it in my screen real quick?
No, I need all of them. We were going to do all 32 of them, remember?
Yeah, but instead of that, let's just talk about
Thursday we'll talk about the Bucs signing an amazing safety and making a trade for corner.
At that point, we've been on to bigger news. And now we've teased everybody in this chat right now has blue balls.
Perfect.
Every single person in here.
Perfect. Now they got to wait till Thursday to let it out. I like it.
All right.
Saying, come on. You've had to wait more than 3 days.
Don't miss Thursday's show. I promise you. Because we've got a bombshell to drop on this team. There's something that happened yesterday. I'm not fucking happy about it. And we got to talk about it with our family because we always do that when there's issues in the building, in the fan base, outside the building, or even between the brothers here. We let everybody know. And something fucked up happened last night, and I want to talk about it. So
somebody asked if we were starting a train on Izzy.
What?
Oh,
whoa. Hold on. Excuse me.
Are we training? What? Are we training him?
She's trying to get us to start a train on Izzy. He's probably down for that. Bri, my guy. No.
This is the wrong podcast, bro. This is the wrong
matter
podcast.
Matter of fact,
yeah.
Bri, you are in timeout. 5 minutes.
Says safeties
Sorry,
are just.
sir.
Oh no, man! I want to see that message.
No, he's in timeout. He's in timeout. 5 minutes.
Timeout.
Justin
about
Reed,
it.
Justin
Timeout.
Simmons, Rayshon Jenkins, Xavier Woods, and Julian Blackman. Listen, those guys are still available. Means that we're gonna get them for a good deal. So we'll just wait it out. And we'll
Vixen says it's her fault. Well, you know what? Too bad. All right, now you know better as well. That's what you did.
You just got some.
Tom in Michigan. Tom in Michigan got you, Izzy. Izzy looks like a gay Keanu Reeves.
Damn. This is not a roast Izzy show, okay? Chill out with the damn jokes.
This is awesome, dude. Can you go get your sword? Hey, let me ask you a question, Izzy, okay? With all seriousness, okay? Like, sit up.
Okay.
I want to put you on camera and when you answer this, okay?
All right.
Did you guys ever find the Fountain of Youth?
Yes.
Okay. So you and Ponce de Leon, y'all found it and whatnot? You and the rest of the conquistadors?
Yep. We found the Fountain of Youth, and Izzy looks like he has a visit from Chris Hansen soon. Very soon.
Damn.
Laura Luke is $5 super chat.
Dave OG says, tight lines on Sammer. Stank is definitely made for his beard flow. Abe Lincoln power game. Your boy's mustache has potential because it points downward. Gotta accentuate that. Good shit, fellas. Look at that, Izzy. Someone gave you a straightforward compliment. Appreciate
it. And Toke Daddy, again, I don't even want to read that comment.
Izzy loves meat swords. Yeah. Look at that stash and tell me you don't love meat swords.
I'll tell you this, though.
Where's that metal hat that you're going to wear?
Sammer's got a mean meat sword game.
I do.
Yeah.
Arabs are known for meat swords.
Arabs are known for meat swords. Listen, if you go to his house, it's a pretty good chance you're going to get some meat swords. So
how did we get on this? Oh my God.
Izzy looks like he has a visit from Chris Hansen soon. Very, very soon.
If Izzy had longer hair, he would be Indigo Montoya's son.
Oh, it's Inigo Montoya. All right.
Indigo, call him Indigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Prepare to fucking die.
You're Mad TV's version of Puss in Boots. Look at you. Just sitting there all fucking.
I'm Puss in Boots.
Yeah, you nailed it, dude. This is fun. Keep it coming, chat. Vixen is very happy with everyone roasting the fuck out of Izzy's mustache. Wait till let me tell you about his eyes, okay? Wait till we get to that part of his face.
Izzy is sharp, clear, and all over the details / numbers. Yeah, 70 yards of pop. That's iconic.
Hey, you slid in and corrected us on Dre Greenlaw. By the way, the first time in this podcast history with you as an intern, you actually made a useful comment. Do you understand that? Like,
yeah.
Round of applause. Like, stand up and take a bow, intern Izzy.
All right. Thank you.
You're growing.
But here's the thing. Did you come up with it on your own, or did you copy somebody from the chat who said he's already
probably someone in the chat? That's okay.
I feel like you copied
it. I'm taking credit for it.
You didn't.
There you go. There. That's the Sammer school.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'm taking credit.
Sammer has been training you.
Nirav says, got to get him a kimono and hat.
I was out there like playing out cosplay, fucking fantasies in his head.
I think this show.
Yeah,
this.
Right? That's the It's not the Nirav.
Yeah, see, 5 people said
it. The show was over 10 minutes ago. If you're still here listening to this incredible content,
the numbers are actually going up.
Yes, they are. We are at 120 people watching right now.
The numbers are going up.
Yeah.
Listen, we got some cool stuff working on behind the scenes, okay? We're going to build a little tiny community for you guys. Got a cool new little website we're going to launch for you guys. Got some fun things coming. Yeah. And listen, we're bringing back voicemails, okay? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tease. We are bringing back voicemails to this show. We're not quite sure how it's going to work, but we're bringing that back. We're also bringing back Fan Friday with a little bit of a different twist. But every week, you guys will be able to participate in the show with something we're going to call Fan Friday. And it's going to be very, very fun. It's going to be very, very fun. It's going to involve you guys. And it's not just Bucs related necessarily. So, and then, if your voicemail makes it on the show this coming season and off season, then you're getting free merch. Maybe you're getting some, I don't know, memberships, some stuff we're doing, give you some stuff. We'll see. We'll figure it out. And we're trying to, figure out some ways to do some cool auction off the items that we can turn around and give towards some of these foundations for some of these players like Baker, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. So maybe have a couple of shows this offseason where we're doing some live auctions of some some, game worn jerseys or signed apparel of some sort. So, that kind of stuff's coming up. Tickets to games. Tom in Michigan says, maybe, who knows? I don't know. We usually get those donated by other people like B-Shuck.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Did the 813 idea die? No, we're just kind of reformatting how it's working.
Yeah, reformatting it, changing it, morphing it into something that people want. Sometimes great ideas come out of, working through shit.
Stank. Yep. I believe Victor Monday just got better. Chase Young just re-signed with the Saints. And as Crack827 says, thank God we have to play Mr. No Effort twice a year again. Absolutely. And he puts a little party emoji guy down in there.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's talk about Joey Bosa. We didn't talk about him. There's some Bucs fans who want him, and other Bucs fans call him a piece of shit. I'm in the middle. Another boomer bust pickup is getting Joey Bosa. Sank, would you get Joey Bosa for a prove it 1 year, $14 million deal?
Yeah, of course. I don't think he's going anywhere except for San Francisco. I think his own family said they want their boys to be playing together. So I don't think it happens. But yeah, adding a guy like that, fuck yeah, of course.
All right. Last question. This is the most important thing.
And fucking look at that dude's nose, bro. That thing is incredible. He lines up off sides every single play, and he doesn't mean to.
He's got a special face mask. I got you.
Mean nose game.
So let's get to the free agent the Bucs have not made an announcement on, the one that everybody truly wants to know. Okay, the answer to Chris Godwin. I get it, sexy guy, wide receiver, the whole, but the one that truly matters, the one that may get away, Stank. You were in his corner, okay? You're on his team. You know what's going on. You're in his camp
like this.
What's going on with Kyle Trask?
Ooh, I want to hear this.
Is he going to get the $35-40 million he's asking for per year? Or where are we? How close are we? What does it look like? How are the negotiations going? You're down there. You're in their camp. You're on the ground floor. What's going down, man?
Yeah. I talked to him earlier, actually right before the show, and they're doing what every commodity does, right? They're out there turning the screws on these teams. He could have signed 3 days ago, okay? This guy has offers. You don't even want to know the amount of offers this guy has, bro. It's incredible. Starting jobs all over the place. And he's just, right now, he's weighing his options, okay? All right? There's no better quarterback on the market right now than Kyle Trask. We all agree on that, right? Okay, so hold your horses a little bit. Simmer down.
Wait. Pause. Did you do it?
Your tits. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you just say starting quarterback role for Kyle Trask?
Stink. Your sentence messed up his eyes again. Look at that's how.
See. Here's the thing. Here's the situation. The only time that we've seen Kyle Trask play in a Buccaneers uniform is when he's handing the ball off. We haven't really seen him throw the ball.
Actually, he did
by design.
He did throw a touchdown that didn't count. So
okay, it was a touchdown that didn't count. But I mean, like a play that actually mattered.
This is a Kyle Trask podcast, Izzy. All right. So first of all, simmer the fuck down, okay?
Yeah, bro.
You get 12 words on this show. You've way exceeded that. Okay, that's one. Two, Stank. Check this out. The Buccaneers have an opportunity to do something absolutely phenomenal. Okay, for the fan base. Not just for the team, not for the roster. Free agency usually is for those reasons. But they have a chance to do something in free agency this week that would be for the entire fan base. Sign Kyle Trask back, and you go out there and sign Jameis Winston.
No.
Florida Gator, Florida State Seminole, battle to the death in camp, okay? The funniest thing ever. Battle in camp to the death for the second string quarterback position. Whoever loses gets shot just right there in Ybor City, just dead.
I love Jameis Winston. I don't want him anywhere near this locker room. I don't want the show that comes along with them. I don't want half the fan base to be calling for Baker's job when he, has a bad day.
No. He's coming in strictly for the backup spot. Kyle versus Jameis, Florida versus Florida
State. If Jameis Winston's the backup on this football team, there's going to be a little bit of unrest within the fan base and potentially even the locker room at some point. I don't want it. They don't want it. It's not going to happen.
But hold on. Wait. You think the locker room is going to be in an unrest situation because Jameis?
No, listen, Stank, you're missing out. My boy House of Usher there, he's nailed it, okay? Trask leaves, okay? You bring back Jameis, okay? Imagine Jameis in practice, in camp. scouting team with Nick Nash, Paddywhack, get my dog the ball. I mean, they'd be perfect, dude. I mean, they'd be absolutely perfect together. You draft Nick Nash, Paddywhack, give my dog the ball. You get Jameis Winston in there. You know he's going to call him that. Hey, yo, Nick Nash, Paddywhack, give my dog. He's absolutely calling that the play. It's going to be amazing. They're going to become best friends. It's going to be a viral sensation. I think that has to be done. Jameis Winston and drafting Nick Nash, Paddywhack, give my dog the ball. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Have I sold you now? And now are you in?
Izzy,
it's a distraction. I like it.
It's a distraction. I like it. That's what I mean by causing,
I like it.
Turmoil. He's a distraction. We don't need.
No, he's not.
The conversation we don't need to have.
No, he's not. Dude, he is the ultimate motivator for this team.
No, we don't need motivator. We have a motivator.
Yeah,
we have Baker. You don't need that guy in there with pep talks before the game. We got that guy.
We had an entire year of people asking for Kyle Trask when Baker was here his first time. What's the difference? House of Usher nailed that one again, by the way. So also, like, since when are you anti Jameis Winston to the Bucs?
I'm not.
Nash Patty? You're missing the point here.
Are we
in practice? In practice, every single week, you would get Nick Nash, Paddywhack, and Jameis Winston on the same team. Like, how are you not happy with this? And you keep Kyle Trask. Move Kyle Trask.
We don't have Nick Nash, Paddywhack. Give your receiver the ball. All right, we don't have him yet. So, like, can we just wait to see what happens after the draft and then maybe have this conversation?
Laura Lucas said it best. With the current receivers, Winston could just throw bombs, and there is a chance.
See, here we go. You're already.
It's all he did anyway. It's all he did. Listen, let me ask
someone's
you a question.
Down there.
As the number one Kyle Trask fan, okay, and the leader of the Trask campaign,
commune.
Okay, commune. Does Trask know how to punt a ball?
Well, there's not a position that Trask couldn't play. He put his mind to it.
You tell me we got a punter on this team.
Could he punt better than that piece of shit punter that we had out on the field last year? Absolutely, bro.
I would love to see it. Converting Kyle Trask to punter? That'd be amazing.
We've had second round kickers before, bro. Don't tempt the guy.
Listen, we have to do some thoughts and prayers. I forgot about this. Yeah, we signed a legend and lost a legend today, all on the same day. Samaje Perine, okay, running back, $22 million, signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 3 years, then was all of a sudden not signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I just died 1 minute after he signed a contract with the Bucs. So rest in peace, and thoughts and prayers, T's and P's, as they say on some other show, to Samaje Perine.
How do you get signed and fired on the same day?
I said thoughts and prayers, and you fucking talk.
He's this Bucs fans generation, Bo Jackson. Yeah.
Is he better than Bo Jackson? He might be.
You thought you had him, but you thought.
We thought. Tope Daddy says we want Tebow, and that's when the show's gonna end.
We're gonna end it on that note.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, Tebow had sex.
Hey.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave us a comment. Let us know what your favorite offseason signing up to this point has been, and how excited you were that Chris Godwin decided to take $20 million less, and that Samar Ali, the Samar Ali, bullied Lavonte David into coming back for his 14th NFL season. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on your way out, and we'll see you guys on Thursday with some other shenanigans and tomfoolery, talking about how we won free agency yet again, doing it the way that only Jason Light and the boys know how to do it. In the meantime, go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
It's kickoff, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win. Whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say